Aries. Welcome to the Black Hearted Oracle. Now, before we get started, I'd like to give homage and reverence to Mother Sustainer, Father Creator, and of course my beautiful ancestors. Now, this is a reading. It's a P.O.I reading, and that's a person of interest, so it's you versus your P.O.I. The first one, and it will be done in two parts. So the first one relates to your perspective, and the second reading relates to your P.O.I.'s perspective. So let's get right into it. You have number 4. This is the main theme of your reading. So keep this in mind throughout the reading, okay? And you have number 4, sexuality. It says sexuality is a natural part of life. Embrace and enjoy your intimate, sensual, passionate nature. Take time to explore your sexuality. How do you feel about yourself? Do you feel sexy, attractive, happy with your body, or are you judging yourself harshly? You need to let go of any old feelings of hurt, shame, or guilt in relation to your sexuality. If you're in a relationship, you need to bring more romance back and spice things up. In order to make sex an incredibly fulfilling, seductive, exhilarating, and orgasmic experience, you need to let go of your defenses and fears of being intimate with your partner. Relinquish control and dive into unguarded, ecstatic, blissful passion. Be creative. Communicate with your lover. Find new and exciting ways to thrill each other. And then we have number 1, selling out. It says, your integrity and your inner strength are being severely tested. You have an opportunity to act with either fear or love. Where in your life are you selling out or acting out of integrity? Are you in a job you hate? Are you living in a toxic environment and making yourself sick in the pursuit of financial security? This card asks you to find the courage to stand up for your convictions and to take steps towards doing what you love. Selling out is linked to the shadow aspect of the prostitute archetype. When you connect to this archetype, you can examine your fears around survival, power, responsibility, and success. On the light side, the prostitute can lead you to freedom, self-expression, choice, and love. And from the Moon Oracle deck, you have Isis, the Red Goddess, Leo, Fire. Honesty and integrity get the rewards they deserve. And it says, the goddess Isis could handle both the traditional male and female roles equally well. She was proud and protective of all that she held dear and would go to the ends of the earth for their well-being. She is an example of faithfulness and power, modesty and sensitivity. If this goddess card is chosen, quiet, unobstructive honesty and determination will be necessary in order to bring about the desired results. Isis is a red goddess and represents the dignity and authority of a ruler. She urges you to take responsibility and lead the way to solution of the matter in question. The nature of fire in Leo takes command and dispenses justice with fairness. If Isis goddess card is selected, then August will be a significant month with regard to this question. Okay. And from your stone crystal deck, you have selenite. It says, what is it? Icy selenite is a form of gypsum with a calm, cool, collected vibe. Who needs it? Healers, believers, the currently cleansing, juice, technology, etc. Where to put it? Wherever you want the slate wiped clean, i.e. your bedside table after a brutal work week or around your apartment after somebody extra shady visits. When to use it? When you move into a new space and want any lingering bad juju to vamoose. When you pray to gods above. When you've been working with crystals and want to clear away energy they've picked up in the process, give them a gentle tap with selenite. Clear your path to enlightenment. The next one that you have is Lemurian quartz. And it says, what is it? Lemurian quartz is identifiable by its blushing hue and the ladder-like horizontal grooves that climb up its face. Its name is a shout out to Lemuria, the fabled lost continent, whose highly evolved inhabitants, some far out folks insist now live under Mount Shasta in California. Who needs it? Anyone in need of a vacation from their thoughts. Where to put it? Lemurians are like wands. Point them at the body parts, friends, and other crystals that need more juice. When to use it? Whenever someone or something you love needs a zap of healing energy, awaken your inner wizard and witch, and cast a spell with the Lemurian quartz. Escape your mind. Again, Lemurian quartz and selenite. Okay, the first question that I asked is how you see yourself. And we have thriving, delight, describe, coffin, and courage. Now, it's funny that the scribe should come back out for you because within your June reading, that was one of your cards. I believe. Okay. Thriving. And the card meaning is African Savannah. And it says, if you draw this card, you are a survivor. And not only do you survive, but you use situations that others might find challenging to thrive. You expand when others shrink. This may be the time to adapt to your circumstances rather than be overcome by them. You have a remarkable ability to step beyond any challenge. You are strong. Others may find shelter in your energy. And right now, that's okay. Through giving to others, you are in turn nourished. This card may be urging you to step into a primordial, powerful, wild part of yourself. Doing this will increase your vitality and contribute to your overall well-being. The next card you have is Delight. And this is Sparrows in Spring Grass. And it says, delight is expanding in your life. Clap your hands with glee. Spend time with others. Go to a community gathering. Host a party. The joy you experience will give birth to immense creativity and your life will blossom. Share your happiness and elation with others and it will grow by leaps and bounds. This isn't the time to be serious or buckle down and get to work. This is the time to be spontaneous and madcap. Do not make hard and fast commitments. Don't sign any legal documents or make any pledges right now. Don't make any promises or you might not be able to keep them. Give yourself permission to have fun, lots of fun, especially in community with others. And it's funny that they should mention that you shouldn't be signing any documents because on the 17th, Mercury will go retrograde in Cancer. So keep that in mind, okay? Scribe. The light attribute is preserves knowledge and information. The shadow attribute is altering facts and plagiarizing others' work. And you have coffin, right? And the coffin speaks to, when people see it, they automatically just think about death, which it can mean that, but this is more of a transformational card. It's more of ending one cycle and beginning a new, okay? And this is talking about your courage. So you see that you've been through something and you're stepping into another plateau of your life. And it's asking that you should have courage for this. And number 30, courage. It says, courage requires you to fearlessly stride ahead despite the challenges you are experiencing. Whether you are afraid of success or failure, you cannot stay where you are. You need to make a decision and move forward with belief, trust, and boldness. Give it your all, no matter the outcome. Despite what you have been telling yourself, you are ready for a new adventure and another chance to prove that you have what it takes to face life's challenges. Stop investing in limitations, lack, and dysfunction. Every blessing has a challenge and every challenge contains a blessing. You are ready to explore both. Whilst there be difficult moments ahead, keep positive and believe that everything is going to work out for your best, for your absolute best. Sorry. You are being asked to gather your courage to be who you truly are and stand strong for your convictions. Oh, sorry. So as I was saying, you're coming into a point where you're asked that you're going to have to step out on faith. If you're having any doubts, if you're making the right decisions right now, it's telling you that you are. But just be careful that within the pursuit of what you're truly wanting is that you don't end up in the shadow attributes of the scribe where you're plagiarizing another work in order to advance and to move on. Make sure you're giving whoever, like if you're doing research in anything, like if you're a writer or a commentary, like you do commentary, just make sure you're giving your sources their recognition, okay? You know, protect your bases. The next question that I ask is how you see your person of interest. And the person of interest can be anyone. It doesn't necessarily have to be your partner. This can be somebody who, a person of interest, you know. It could be a boss. It could be a friend. It could be an ex-lover. Just whoever brings to mind when you're coming to this reading. Okay, and you have taking risks, addict, concern, message, house, and letting go. Excuse me. Sorry. Okay, so taking risks. And remember, this is how you see the person of interest. And this one is high plateau. It says, when you draw this card, it is time to step beyond your normal everyday life. Take some risk. Face your fears. Do things in a new and even unorthodox way. Listen more to your inner voice than to the voices and opinions of others. Rather than running from potential failure, embrace it. History has shown that those willing to face failure will often succeed in a massive way later. In addict, it says, light attribute helps you recognize and confront addictive behavior. Shadow attributes, compromise, integrity, and honesty allows an addictive pattern to have authority over your inner spirit. And concern, concern is what it is. So maybe you're seeing that your person of interest has received a message, whether it's text message, something in the mail, or an email, you know, some form of communication that has them a bit concerned, and maybe it's involving a house, you know, or maybe this message of concern is something that brings concern into the house, right? And 26, letting go. And it says, this situation has served its purpose. It says you are being challenged to change your point of view and recognize that this particular relationship has run its course. Although you might be afraid to let go, the universe has a new opportunity for you, which will allow you to experience the kind of passion and satisfaction you have always dreamed of. Saying goodbye is never easy and can make you feel like you are a failure. You must not allow yourself to be persuaded by other people's or your own doubts, but keep holding on. Focus on opening your heart to new opportunities. Leave the baggage to the past mistakes behind. It is important that during the letting go process, you are gentle with yourself. Allow yourself to be alone. Allow yourself to have alone time. Write, meditate, paint, sing, and dance. Do whatever you can do to heal and let go of the pain that is holding you back. Recognize that your spirit is beckoning you to grow. Yeah. Okay. So what I'm getting from this is that I think the person of interest is a bit stagnant with their dreams. Because this card speaks about taking risk. right? And this one speaks about being addicted to certain patterns that are having a greater hold over that person dealing with their soul, their inner soul. So that means it's like they're not bringing forth what they need to bring forth. And they're holding on to whatever they're holding on to in order to keep the stability of their home. When it is urged, they're being urged by spirit is to step out on faith. I mean, no one is asking anyone to be reckless. Like if you have a job that is paying the bills, that you should walk away from that. But it's just asking that the person put steps towards living the life that is they're being called to. Okay? And maybe that this is a great concern of them. But one thing we can always know for certain is if we stay stagnant too long, then spirit does push us in the direction. And when spirit pushes us, it's never the way we want it to be. But it always turns out good. But we end up a little scarred, bumped, and bruised. The next question that I ask is how you see the relationship. So you have opportunity, adventures, change, expectation, and quest. Okay. So for opportunity, we have moon through pine trees. It says gifts from the universe are ready to cascade into your life. Abundance, health, longevity, vitality, and the joy are flowing to you, gently and easily in the days ahead. There may be times when the goodness of life feels like it is ebbing and flowing, rather than being a steady stream of fulfillment. This is similar to the moon peeking through the pine trees for a moment or two. But as you stay open and receptive, physical and emotional gifts will come into your life. Instead of bemoaning the fact that there isn't a steady and constant stream of joy and gifts from the universe, accept whatever you receive in a spirit of gratitude and your bounty will increase tenfold. This is a universal law. Okay. Next we have adventures. And that one is lofty waterfall. And it says, something exciting is around the corner. You are entering a new frontier filled with expansive energy. Begin to look at your world in a new and different way. Something that you thought was mundane or someone whom you may have overlooked will open the door to new opportunities and a bigger and bolder way of living. Be willing to see the world around you in new ways. Don't be lulled into complacency. This card appears when you're ready to remove your blinders and take action so life doesn't become stagnant or lackluster. It also can signify incredible spiritual attunement and spiritual voyages. Yeah. So you see this relationship as something that offers you opportunity and means to change and expand. You know, you see this relationship as, it's not like, when I say I wouldn't say a masterpiece, that would be the wrong term, but it's not a finished product. You know, it's something that is evolving over times, and sometimes you guys ebbs and flows, just like in any relationship. But you've come to the point to realize that as long as you keep a positive attitude, you know, you're expecting the change. Because this speaks of moving into a new place and new horizons and never going back to what was. So you see that this opportunity, this relationship, as a great opportunity to bring forth abundance into your life. You know? And right here, it speaks about being on an unnecessary quest. So you also see that like you found what you're looking for. That there's no need for you to search outside anymore because everything that you need is right where you are. Next question that I ask is what you're expecting. Yeah. Wow, that's beautiful. Okay. We have Metamorphosis, number 25. And it says, You're in the process of a deep and beautiful change. It says butterflies earn their wings through great effort. The process of change is often painful, for it is never without losses and sacrifices. If you are to transform from one form to another, a part of you needs to die. Letting go isn't easy, especially when you're used to thinking a certain way about your life and how you live it. Just as a snake sheds its dead skin and a caterpillar dies so that a butterfly can be born, you're required to release your old ideas and embrace unnecessary change so you can live your best life. Perhaps you're being asked to let go of low self-esteem, a dream that no longer serves you, a relationship that is draining, or unhealthy habits. Despite your fear, you must accept that this is a transformational time for you. There will be some loss involved, but you'll love what you become. And exactly, so what you're expecting is to be able to go through a change, whether in character, whether in circumstance, whether in environment, that or employment, whichever one, that is going to bring in great fortune, right? And this is a number 8, right? So that's a cyclical energy, and if you look, would be a number 7, right? So this is telling you that you have to go through whatever transformation that Spirit is guiding you to, right? And through that, you'll gain the great wisdom, and these are sage bushes. So if you see that as a sage bundle, so it's telling you to use herbs to cleanse and to purify your spirit and your environment. So smudge, like, people get scared of it because they think, like, whatever, but these are herbs. These are meant for us to use for our benefit. So it's telling you to go through this metamorphosis. And what will happen is, once you do this, yeah, it's going to be painful to let go of certain things that you love and like to do. But if it's not serving you and it's not serving your higher good, it's asking you to do that so that you can inherit your great fortune that is rightfully yours, not only of material assets, but of wisdom. And your outcome is Mountain, number 6, Judication, Thoughts, Sacred Union, and Sacred Convergence. So number 6, Mountain. And it says, you have the capacity to flow around any obstacle. This is a time to adapt. Up. It says, sometimes you'll come across what appears to be an insurmountable obstacle, like a huge mountain that separates you from your success. You might think that climbing it or chiseling away at it is the answer. But why? But why take such treacherous, tedious approach? Be like the river that flows around the mountain naturally. You'll move past this obstacle relatively quickly if you choose the easy way around. This is a time to adapt to your circumstances. If you do decide to climb, remember to take one step at a time, opting for the next right action. So this is saying, adjudication and thoughts. Before we get into what it's saying, let's read the Romi. Number 19, Sacred Union. It says, this oracle comes to you as a portent, a sign that which is to come, and also as a confirmation of your spiritual journey thus far. You have been working to integrate masculine and feminine energies within. Oh, perhaps to find the balance between living and a surrendered life and leading from the heart, and then knowing when to take intuitive initiative to get something in motion. When to put your body, mind, and soul into getting your shoulder behind something to push. To surrender attachments to plans and how you think things should go. You are growing, you are evolving, you are making genuine shifts in consciousness that are allowing you to change the way you are in the world and become freer, more loving, wilder, more divine. There is a destiny at play in matters of the heart. There is a heart healing and a letting go of past obstructions, suffering, and misunderstandings. If you are already in the relationship, expect that there will be healing of that relationship in whatever way needed. It may result in a deepening of a commitment to your lover. Certainly results in the deepening of your own commitment to love. No matter what has been, what has succeeded, and what has appeared to fail, what has been loved and what has been lost. Be bold. Claim the love that is your divine birthright and know that sacred union is yours. And number 11, sacred convergence. Okay. It says sacred convergence indicates a coming together of souls in alignment with a greater cause. This greater cause is both personal and impersonal. There is an aspect of joining together for common purpose. The common soul purpose may be to lift each other into a greater love and self-belief, to shed fear, and to open the heart, filling each individual soul with more holy fire for its personal, passionate purpose. You feel empowered to step forward on your path and love yourself with less conditions. This oracle has come to you because you are part of a greater sacred convergence happening now. The effort will be important to your soul's development and divine awakening. You are being asked to drop defenses and barriers towards groups of people that you feel good for you. Those that dampen your spirit or drag you down are to be dispensed of. No matter what games of blame or manipulation they may play to keep you coming back for more. That shall not do for your soul's growth now. Just step away. Turn towards those connections that feel nourishing to your soul. Do your part. Take your steps. Allow the gift of sacred connection to change your world, for this is the spiritual gift present to you now. Perhaps you have been thinking about shedding lower vibrational connections based in the ego world of power games, sabotage, manipulation, and fear. Perhaps you have already begun this process. You cannot stay in the vibration of fear if you want to dwell in the vibration of love. Learn to sustain the vibration within you. It cannot be rattled by any crisis or demand. You do not owe anyone anything. You only owe love a chance to grow. Okay. Now, what I'm seeing here is I'm stuck right here. Okay? Because this man is painting a woman, but he seems deep in thought, as though this judge is deep in thought, right? And to me, this looks like the same woman. So to me, you're creating thoughts about it doesn't have to be a female and male. You could be the female here and this could be the male here. That's what because these are general energies, but just let me go with what's on the card, right? So you're having thoughts, and what you're creating is you're worried about this judication. So whatever, if you're in a legal battle with someone or you're going to be in a legal battle, you're seeing that this is going to be like an arduous task for you. But this is asking you to remember that you don't have to climb this mountain. You can find ways to go around it and take the easier route, right? As long as you lead with love, you can't allow people to dampen you and turn these thoughts that you're having into a negative place. Because the more that we can lead with love and then we pursue what we need to, this person is taking steps. I don't know if you could see that, but there's a person right here and there's steps before them, right? And then there's another woman right here. Again, a woman in the back of the thoughts. So it's just asking you to be very careful of how you're thinking about things and the ways that you're moving forward. Okay? So if you're if you're in a legal battle, it's asking you to be mindful of your thoughts, and stay away from people who will drag you down vibrationally and make you call forth things into your life that you don't want to experience. Look for the easier way to go around this. And if you do, there is no river to surpass this mountain, and you do end up having to climb it, make wise decisions. Okay? Now, I'm going to check the time and see if I can give you an advice card before we go. No, sorry. Okay, well, I thank you so much for coming to the Black Hearted Oracle. I pray these messages found you well. I hope that you find your higher self in the quiet places, and may Ma'at hold you in her loving grace. Ashe.